Welcome to another edition of Talkin Football. Here's your host, Frankie.
Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Frankie here again to bring you another edition of NFL Talks, Talkin Football. As always, you can find the page at facebook.com/NFL Talk, Twitter and Instagram at NFL Talk Show. Please give us a like, a follow, share the page, and please continue to support. We appreciate it. That being said, let's get into the show. This week in the news, Dennis Allen has been fired from the Oakland Raiders after his 0-4 start, and they've placed Tony Sporano in as the interim coach. In my opinion, I don't really like when organizations do that. I think they should at least let the coaches finish. I don't think Tony Sporano is going to turn this franchise around. I don't think he's going to take it into the playoffs. This team just lacks a lot of talent, and I don't think firing Dennis Allen is going to accomplish anything. I think if you're going to fire him, should have done it at the end, where you kind of give yourself an opportunity for a fresh start. Now you're going to put Tony Sporano in this position, probably going to have a shitty season with them too, and he's probably going to get fired at the end of the year too. So, I mean, I don't know. It's just, I would have waited and fired the whole staff and brought in a whole new one. That's just my opinion. Raider Nation, what do you guys think? And, a lot of talk's been coming that maybe John Gruden could be a name that the Raiders bring up again. I don't know. If I was John Gruden, I got a pretty good gig right now, sitting on a chair once a week talking about football. I don't know how many hours that guy works, but I would imagine it's minimal hours and, a fuckload of money. So, shit, if I'm John Gruden, why the hell would I want to go back to that? Especially in Oakland where they have not zero talent. I don't want to say that because that's wrong, but they just don't have, let's just say, adequate talent to be competitive. So, I don't know. What do you guys think, Raider Nation? Would you have waited, or would you? Are you happy with it? I know a lot of you are, but I would have at least waited. That's just my opinion. That way you could clear out the whole staff instead of just firing him now and then waiting to fire the rest. I mean, I don't know. That's just what I feel is going to happen. I could be wrong. But, yeah, that's what's in the news. Let's go over week 4 real quick. Did not have such a strong showing this week. Only 13 games. Out of those, I went 7-6, so I need to improve. Let's go over real quick. The Giants play the Redskins in what was another Thursday night blowout. Giants end up winning 45-14. Although it was really in the second half where the Redskins just fell apart. For the most part, it wasn't such a blowout, but the Giants do capitalize on all of Kirk Cousins' mistakes and are able to get the win. Next up, we have the Falcons at the Vikings, and the Falcons, personally, they're breaking my heart right now. That defense is atrocious. They couldn't. I mean, look, everybody's talking about, Teddy Bridgewater. That was an outstanding performance. He didn't do anything. He dinked and dunked, man. There was a bunch of crossing routes, shallow drags, throws into the flats, screens. They stupided down that offense for him, and it worked. Why? Because we have zero fucking pass rush. We couldn't stop anybody running. McKinnon and Asiata, they fucking just torched us. Our defense was pathetic. They were fucking pathetic. It was so horrible to watch. I was like, oh my goodness. I seemed like every time they carry the ball, it was like a 5-6 yard gain at least. And there was just no push up front. The defense was uninspired. And I could not believe how pathetic the Falcons defense was. I was so fucking mad that day after watching that game. And the injuries. We lost like fucking 7 guys. I couldn't believe they were dropping like flies. It was ridiculous. What the hell was happening? William Moore hurt his shoulder. Who else got hurt? The center, Joe Hawley, Lamar Holmes, Justin Blaylock, Kamal Ishmael, who's a backup safety. I mean, it's ridiculous. And I mean, I don't know. It was just I don't want to call it. It was just a bad day. But the Falcons defense does need to improve. I thought we would have been better by now. They looked better against the run, but not that day. Not that day. That day was just terrible. That was just terrible play by the Falcons. The offense did as much as it possibly could with a tight end in at tackle. Although it wasn't the fourth quarter, we didn't really do anything after that. But The Falcons offense moved the ball very well. They were able to come back and take the lead at one point. But ultimately, the defense could not come up when we needed them most, and they let us down. So I put in that loss on the defense solely. I know our offense, didn't exactly play up to its potential either. But, I mean, seriously, 3 injured linemen, that'll probably fuck you over. Anyway, Vikings win 41-28. Next up, we have the Packers at the Bears. The Packers end up kicking the Bears' ass, 38-17. Thought the Bears could be able to capitalize on the Packers not playing so well, but turns out I was wrong. The Jaguars at the Chargers. Chargers end up beating the Jags, 33-14. The Colts end up destroying the Titans 41-17. Andrew Luck has another great game. That guy's been on fire lately. New Orleans at Dallas. I was really surprised at this game. I thought New Orleans would be able to go in there and sneak out a victory, but Dallas has been playing great, keeping the ball out of Tony Romo's hands, running the ball very well with DeMarco Murray, and the defense has been playing solid. New Orleans had no answer for Dallas. And their Rex Ryan's attempt at revenge comes up short in Jerry World. So good for Dallas. They're keeping Tony Romo's chances minimal. So chances to make mistakes minimal. So the Cowboys, keep giving it to Murray. Like I said, he'll probably fumble once a game, but that's okay. Keep giving it to him. And the Cowboys probably be pretty damn competitive. Now they're looking like they might be the best team in the NFC East, huh? Dallas, Philly, those two teams are jockeying for first place now. So look out, NFC East. It's once again a drama-filled year. Detroit at the Jets. The Detroit Lions end up winning that one, 24-17. The fans actually started chanting, "We want Vic" at the end of this game. I don't think Michael Vick could go in there and turn the Jets around. I do think he's a better quarterback at this point in time. But there's just so many problems with the Jets. Michael Vick's not going to fix it by putting them in there. So slow down, Jets fans. Putting Vick in, you're probably just going to say, "We want Smith," after Michael Vick is unsuccessful. Next up, we had the Eagles at the 49ers. I thought the Niners would bounce back, and they did. They end up winning 26-21. Thought that was pretty good for the Niners. Finally get a win at home. Early on, the Eagles jumped out on them with the block punt touchdown, and I thought for 1 second maybe the Niners, if they losing this game for the Niners, it's gonna end up ruining their season. But the Niners were able to hold off a late red zone threat drive and get the win at home. Next up, we had the Dolphins at Oakland in London, England. Last week I said Miami would be going to Oakland, and I was incorrect. They were actually played in London, England. So, just in case you were wondering, yes, I did fuck up. The Dolphins end up winning 38-14. Ultimately, is the game that got Dennis Allen finally fired, or at least the one that triggered the trigger pull on Dennis Allen. So that ends up taking Dennis Allen's job finally. The Dolphins win 38-14. Not sure if I said the score yet or not, but I'll say it again to make sure. Next up, we had the Panthers at the Ravens. Steve Smith was able to get his revenge on his old team. I had thought that the Panthers were going to win, but Steve Smith showed up. He was ready to go. He played tough. He scored 2 touchdowns, one of which was a great concentration catch. So it was off a tip pass, and I thought it was awesome to see him kind of stick it to his old team. So that was pretty cool. Tampa Bay at Pittsburgh. This one was crazy. Tampa Bay. I mean, you kind of saw them like have the chance to win on that first late drive, and when they failed, you were like, damn, well, what a good story that would have been, huh? And then they get the ball back, and first of all, terrible clock management at Pittsburgh. You have to be able to run the clock out in that situation and get yourself wrap up the win. But Tampa Bay is able to get the ball back, and They hit, I think it was Vincent Jackson, if I'm not mistaken, for the touchdown late, and Tampa Bay is able to get the win, 27-24. So congrats to Tampa. I hate you guys, but I thought that was a pretty awesome game and a pretty awesome finish. So next up is Buffalo at Houston. The Bills end up losing to the Texans, although it wasn't too bad of a loss. The game was pretty close. J.J. Watt takes a pick six back all the way across the field. Thought that was a pretty awesome play. J.J. Watt's truly, I mean, if there was ever going to be a defensive MVP player again, it would have to be J.J. Watt. He is playing out of his mind. That guy's doing it by himself, too. Everybody thought the Houston Texans defense is going to be good because they have Clowney and Watt, but it's been a one-man show since Clowney's been out, so that's pretty awesome. J.J. Watt's continues to dominate. So the Texans take that one, 23-17. Next up, we had the New England Patriots at the Chiefs. Now, I picked the Chiefs to win. I picked the Chiefs to win 18-13. I did not for 1 second think that the Patriots would be dominated the way they were. But there's no protection for Tom Brady. The defense is just out of whack. The Chiefs just dominated the Patriots, and I don't think the Patriots are this bad of a team. I think they were just caught on a bad night, a really bad night. I mean, the Chiefs home fans ended up setting like a record for like the loudest place or stadium or something. I mean, something crazy like that. The Patriots were just caught in the crossfire, if you ask me, but man, they got manhandled by the Chiefs. 41-14. I would have never, if you had said the Chiefs will blow out the Patriots Monday Night Football, I would have said you're a damn liar, but that's exactly what happened. So, the Chiefs end up destroying the Patriots, and that's gotta sting. The Patriots are not looking good at all, and one must wonder, as I predicted earlier this year, this is Tom Brady's last hurrah, or if last year was his last hurrah, and this year is the first year of his demise. It's certainly looking like it so far. So that was week 4. Now on to week 5. Thursday Night Football. We got the Packers at the Vikings. I don't think the Vikings are as good as they looked last Sunday. We just fucking suck on defense. And the Packers, they're coming off a pretty good win against the Chicago Bears. I'm going with the Packers on this one to win 21-17. Next up, we got the Falcons at the Giants, and this one is tough for me to admit, but I must say the Falcons aren't looking good. Recently, we had to sign 2 players. One was a free agent, one was off the practice squad to make up for our offensive line. We're not playing good on the road. I think Matt Ryan's been 0 for 8 on the road. Dropped 8 straight on the road, something like that. The Giants are looking better on offense. I mean, I would be a homer if I picked the Falcons to win on this one, but I'm picking with my head, not with my heart. I think the Giants are going to win 21-14. I just don't see the Falcons. I mean, I think if they can get in a shootout, they could probably win that game. But I got to see how the offensive line is going to gel, because I mean, you're bringing in new guys on a decimated offensive line. The defensive line is fucking pathetic. You don't even have Willie Moe, who, in my opinion, is the best player on that defense. I don't want to talk about it anymore. I'm picking the Giants to win 24-14. Baltimore at the Colts. This is going to be a pretty good game, in my opinion. Andrew Luck is coming off a really good string of games. He's had like 8 touchdowns and 1 pick or something like that. Something along those lines. He's playing real hot right now. The Ravens are coming off a pretty good win, but I'm going to pick the Colts to win at home this time in a very close game, 23-21. Houston at Dallas. I love the way Dallas is playing right now, if I could be honest with you, but I know Houston's defense is for real. I think they're going to come in. It's going to be a heavyweight fight. These two are going to be slugging each other out, but remember, Tony Romo, keep handing it off to DeMarco Murray. You got to do it. Keep giving it to him. I'm picking the Cowboys to win this one 17-10. St. Louis at Philly. I'm going to go with the Eagles in this one. Duh. I don't think the Rams got it in them to beat them. Although they haven't been atrocious. I just think the Eagles are a flat out better team here, so I'm picking them to win 28-12. Pittsburgh at Jacksonville. I know the Steelers just dropped the late win, but I'm gonna pick them to win this one anyway. I think it will be pretty competitive, though. I'm picking the Steelers to win 16-13. Buffalo at Detroit. I'm going with Detroit there on that one. Detroit's at home. I just think they'll be able to pull out the victory here, 21-13. Chicago at Carolina. The Panthers got to bounce back. I think this is the game they do it in. Excuse me. I think this is the game they do it in. I'm picking them to beat the Bears 18-6. Next up is Tampa Bay at New Orleans. Although, real quick, Carolina's defense, the front seven's been looking pretty weak these past 2 weeks. So I think they'll. That's why I think they'll bounce back. I think they'll be able to get pressure on Jay Cutler and get some confidence back. Tampa Bay at New Orleans. I'm going with the Saints in this one. New Orleans is at home. Tampa Bay just only got their first win. Divisional rivalry game. Yes, I know this, but I'm picking the Saints to blow out the Tampa Bay Buccaneers anyway. 33-17. Cleveland Browns at Tennessee. Going to go with the Browns in this one, coming off the bye. Tennessee's looking at a whack. Picking them to win 24-10. Cleveland Browns, that is. Arizona at Denver. I'm going to go with the Broncos in this one. Also coming off the bye, but they're at home. Picking them to win this one 27-16. Kansas City at San Francisco. This is a very interesting game, ladies and gentlemen. Alex Smith makes his long-awaited return back to San Francisco. Well, not really. It's in Santa Clara. But it's, in essence, back to San Francisco. I had a tough time picking this one because the 49ers just aren't looking as good as they used to. And the Chiefs are looking coming off a big win. But I'm going to go ahead and take the Chiefs in this one. I think Alex Smith will have a little bit of extra, let's just say, drive to win this week. I think he's going to barely edge out his old team, beats them 20-17. Next up is the Jets at the Chargers. I'm going to go with the Chargers in this one. I like the way the Chargers are playing. They're playing also very well at home. I think they're going to end up winning this one 27-18. I don't think we'll see Michael Vick in this game. I think Geno Smith will be in there, and I think he will fail once again. Next up is the Bengals at the Patriots, and I kind of wrestled with this one for a little bit because I just can't see the Patriots continuing their losing ways. But the Bengals are coming off a bye. Their defense is for real. They are flat out a better team than the Patriots right now. I know the Patriots are at home, but I don't think that's going to matter. I'm going with the Bengals here, 28-13. And last but not least, we got the Seahawks at the Redskins. Seahawks don't play well on the road. I think Kirk Cousins is going to want to come back and have a better game. I think he will. I think he'll get not dominated, but throw interceptions out the ass again. I think he's going to end up playing better, but I still pick the Seahawks to win this game. I'm picking them to win 17-14. So that's going to be my picks for Week 5. Let us know what you guys think. If you got any comments about games or any predictions about any particular games you'll be keeping an eye on this week, drop them in the comments below and let us know. And as always, remember you can follow us on Instagram and Twitter at NFL Talk Show, on Facebook.com/NFL Talk, where your feedback is always welcome. Thanks again for listening, and good luck to your teams this week.
Thanks for listening.